Hey, so today we're going to be talking about freestyle, the genre of freestyle. Essentially, freestyle started with hip hop, and the beats that were used in hip hop were the lyrics, or essentially the rapping that was done during hip hop was replaced by dance lyrics and dance ballads, and essentially that's what if you ever heard Shannon, uh, Shannon is free well, actually, Shannon put out an album in 1983, and the album was called Let the Music Play. Let the music play, he won't get away, just keep on dancing, you know. Um, Come on. You know the song, right? Um, it's at the time when that song came out, freestyle wasn't a thing yet. There was hip hop, but the freestyle didn't exist. So they called it the Shannon sound. And then later, of course, freestyle music started in New York City. Um, and it got popular. It got so popular that it got regular radio play on the top 40 hits and top 40 hits radio station. And then it took on its uh, own like life, because it got very popular in Miami, Florida, and Italians and Spanish speaking people really took the genre and ran with it, and so for the early 80s, mid 80s, even into the late 80s, there was freestyle music. Of course, house music took over freestyle eventually. Of course, there was Jesse Saunders that released is essentially the first DJ producer that released a house track. And of course there's Frankie Knuckles from Chicago. He's essentially the godfather of house. Um, but when it comes to freestyle music, uh, it the it it came from hip hop. Hip hop music, like Planet Rock, uh, uh, what is it called? Afrika Bambaataa, and Full Sonic Force. They released an album, but it was considered hip hop, not freestyle. So the first album that came out, that was well, later it was considered freestyle, but at the time, it was called Shannon Sound, because it was so unique. It did not have hip hop. It was like, it was the rapping was replaced with kind of regular song lyrics, with some ballads, and along with but essentially it was dance music, the kind of music that you would hear at the nightclubs. Of course, like I said, house took over later, but for a while, freestyle music was at the top of the charts and very popular in New York City and Miami, Florida, and essentially all around the world. Even to this day, there's freestyle music is popular. There's it's popular in Germany and um, other locations in America. There's like a freestyle extravaganza touring show that certain freestyle artists are go on a show and go on a tour to different cities in America. And so today I'm going to be talking about a freestyle album that did not come out in the 80s, early 80s, or during the 80s. It came out in 1991, and there's a song on the album that I really like. I mean, at the time when I heard it like probably in 1993 and 94. It was on the radio all the time, and it was Little Suzy, "Take Me in Your Arms," and "Never Let Me Go." And that song is amazing. It's written by Tony Garcia, um, or Doctor Edit, as he calls himself. Um, it's an amazing song. At the time back in '93, I was 14 years old, and I just got into like dance music, like house music, freestyle. At the time, I didn't know the difference between freestyle and house, but if you listen to it, it kind of sounds like a house track, or something that would be played at a nightclub. And it was really an amazing song to say, just from the get-go. It's an amazing song. So I listened to the album that it came off of, and there's 8 tracks on the album. The first track is kind of like a very slow ballad, feel good ballad, like "Change the World for the Better. We're a new generation. Let's go out and make a change." I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a nice song, but it's not the kind of song that I wanted to hear when I started listening to the album. The songs that I really like are the fast dance songs, that you can dance to. So with that said, there are, I think, like 2 ballads on the album that you have my permission to skip, because I mean, come on. Uh, maybe you might like it, but you know, just skip it. So the other tracks that are good off of the album are, so "Love Can't Wait." That's the name of the album. That's the second track. The first fast track on the album, a dance track. It's actually really good. And then there's "True Love," which actually, in my opinion, might be even better than "Love Can't Wait." Then the third track that I really like is "Sweet September Love." I mean, it sounds like a ballad, but it's actually a really good fast track. Nice dance grooves. The other one is "Falling in Love." That's another nice, quick track. And then the very last song on the album is called "Prove Your Love," and that one actually sounds like a house track because it has piano, and it's got this like house beat almost. Um, And this album was put out in 1991. So by 1991, their house music was a thing. So I mean, on the debut of Lil Suzy, there is an actual house track, if you want to call it that. Um, the other thing about Little Suzy is that she was discovered on Manhattan Beach when she was a toddler. She was only 5 years old, and a talent coach discovered her, and she put out her first single, single, Randy, in actually the 80s, and then when she turned 12, she put out this album, and which was put out in 91. But honestly, I did not hear it until on the radio, like not until 1993, 1994. And at that time, there was a resurgence of freestyle music. Early 90s. And I mean, the freestyle music is still popular. It's just that it's just not being played on the radio anymore. Not on the top 40, at least. It's more underground again. Lil Suzy, she did put out several other albums. Her second album was not as popular as this one that we're reviewing right now, but it's still you should still check it out because it's got some really good songs on it. There's a cover of, I think, "Let the Beat Turn Around," which is a cover of the, what is her name? I can't remember her name. Yeah, I mean, you know who I'm talking about, right? Let the beat turn around, da 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 da. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of the actual singer that sung it. She was really popular in the 90s, but then she kind of went away. Anyways, so anyway, the second album didn't go well, so she went and created her own record label, Empress, which she put out a more like Euro dance album versus freestyle, and that was when she was 16. That was in 1995. So, and that's a good album to check out as well. The one that you should actually check out, really, that I recommend is this album, of course. It's only 8 songs, and out of 8 songs, I actually enjoy 5 songs. So, I mean, and especially the one that her most popular song, which is the "Take Me in Your Arms." And so, also, Little Suzy, the background, she is actually Italian and Puerto Rican descent, and that reminds me that "Turn the Beat Around" was by Gloria Estefan, and Gloria Estefan was from Cuba, Havana, Cuba. So essentially, both were from the Caribbean, and and then Italy, of course, Italian descent, which is in Europe. Anyway, so yeah, as far as the album goes, 5 out of 8 songs are essentially really good. You just have to hear it. I mentioned those 5 songs, um, and that you should check. Of course, like I said, you have my permission to skip the ballads, the slow songs, skip the first song, and go straight to the second song, which is the title of her debut album. And um, I guess the last thing I want to say is that I just think of this. She recorded this album when she was only 12 years old. I mean, she her vocal strength, her singing is immaculate. It's just amazing, and it truly shows on Take Me in Your Arms and Never Let Me Go. So yeah, as far as giving the album a ranking, 1 out of 10, I would give it like a 8.5 out of 10, because essentially, well, the slow songs were kind of off-putting, and starting the album with a slow song. I mean, come on. They should have started the album with a fast dance song. But that's my own personal viewpoint. You can take it from there and listen to it, and you might like it. And but definitely check out this album. She's a very good freestyle artist, and I'll be reviewing other freestyle albums, particularly like Shannon and TKA, and I might review probably Lisa and Colt Gem. But I will alternate. I will review, like for instance, I just reviewed this, the Freestyle album. So I'm going to go back to reviewing another house album, trance album, or maybe drum and bass. I don't know. But after that, I'll review another freestyle album. So let me know what you think about this review. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a remark in the comments. Please like my video so more people can see it. So YouTube will push out the album to more people. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet already. I would love to grow this channel and review many other dance albums. And if there's a particular genre that you'd like me to review, or an album within the dance, electronic dance music, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you in the next review. Have a good night. Bye-bye.